How much is that gonna pain you if he makes you miss those first 2 weeks, 2 or 3?
I mean, looking in the grand scheme of things, Doug did a good job last year letting me wrestle when I needed to and letting me off when I didn't. So I just respect whatever decision he makes. I just want to be back for Virginia Tech.
Is that the one you circled on the calendar?
That's the one I'm hoping to be back by, but we got a trainer that's trying to take care of me, so he's got a say in the matter. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to get back as soon as I can, though.
What was this offseason like for you? How was it frustrating to be limited physically?
No, it was a different role. Just I'd do my rehab in the morning with our trainer, and then I'd come in, do some strength, some other strength exercises, and I just got to watch the team get better, which, you don't get to see everybody wrestle because usually you're participating in the practice, but you see the guys make gains and get to see people just working hard. You kind of have a different admiration for guys on the team because, you can see people that are successful, but you don't get to see some of the other guys, and it's just good to see everybody pushing each other. It was a good summer for our guys.
Are you anticipating that match with Virginia Tech just because it's a big duel for the team, or because you got number 3 Joey Dance coming to town?
Both. I mean, our dual record hasn't been good the last couple of years. We're going to be a young team, so it's going to be it'll be big for us if we can get that win to get that momentum. I look at it as like my freshman year. The guys will know where they're at. Hopefully it's a good duel. I think we're ready. Guys are itching to wrestle now.
What did you prove to yourself last year, accomplishing what you did, considering the circumstances?
I mean, just so you can kind of handle anything. Whatever happens to you, as long as you keep the right mindset, you've got a good supportive staff behind you, and you can do anything you set your mind to it.
Did it make you a better wrestler? Having, basically you had one leg that you couldn't use 100%?
Yeah, I mean, it did. We had to play strategy a little more. You have to listen to the coaches a little more. They're telling you to do a little less sometimes when you want to do a little more. And the ears have to be open, and you just have to be receptive to what the coaches want and just considering everything that's going on. So I think it just made me a smarter wrestler. I'm aware of more things. I know what I need. I know it's too much. I know it's not enough. So just open ears.
Is this the most skill in this room that you guys have had?
My freshman year was a good year, but I think this is going to be a team that's going to dang near be pushing that team. We got a lot of talented guys, and they're young too. These young guys are pushing everybody every day. It's exciting when they come in and they're up in the workload, and then they're making these older guys work harder, and then they up it again, and we're all just trying to get better. So it's a good class. They're pushing everybody. No doubt about that.
Your freshman year, you guys were like the starters of the Panther train. From what I remember I remember you at the NCAA championships, starting that train. Your senior year, going into that, being number 2 in the country. Are there high expectations for the team and for yourself? How are you handling all that?
I mean, there's expectations, but we don't pay much attention to that. The main thing is that we've just been focusing on the process. Guys have been doing things right. Guys have been doing things maybe not right, and then adjusting. So focusing more on the process than the product right now. Guys are getting better. All that really matters is March. So we'll be working hard to get towards there, and I'm sure there'll be setbacks, but all you can do is learn. So I think we'll be good.
Doug said you probably haven't had 6 months off the mat since you were 5. Is that right?
It's probably about right.
Did it feel like something was missing in your life this summer?
Yes and no. I mean, it sucks sitting there not being able to wrestle or compete with these guys, but I was here. I did everything I could to be. I was in here every day with these guys. So it'd be different if I was isolated and I didn't get to be here, but no, I watch these guys get better, and I know it's going to be a good year. I'm excited for the team.
What kind of things were you doing? Were you wearing out Airdyne or hitting the weights or what?
Bike, some heavy rehab. I was over in the WRC in the mornings. They have the underwater treadmill. Our trainer was pushing me on that. Lifting, trying to keep the upper body strong. We did it all. We did everything we could.
It seemed like the coaches told the seniors to get away for a while. Was that, Cooper went home and refreshed his brain, and was that just kind of a refresh, or?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting older. Cooper's getting dinged up and just taking care of guys' bodies. Bartell too. He's just just about any problem you've had, you've heard he's had. So just getting guys healthy, making this year count for a lot of us.
You're certainly not the only guy to ever tear an ACL in a wrestling match, but one of the few that's reached the levels with it. What kind of advice would you give to somebody, maybe a younger guy going through the same thing?
Just keeping a positive mindset. You start making excuses for yourself or hurting. It is a setback, but there's things that you got to do. You can control and do the best with what you have. My mindset was, I'm gonna lose the year either way. I'm not gonna be able to wrestle. I can quit, never know what's gonna happen, or I can move on and make the best of a bad situation. And having the right people surrounding you and just continuing to have confidence through everything, I think was a big part of that.
When you got back on the mat here after rehabbing, what were your first thoughts, about getting back out there?
My knee actually didn't feel too bad, but whenever you wrestle with Doug, he gives that really good feel. So I felt real confident, and then Doug's in my ears. He's like, Peters, you can do this. Mark Schwab, too, the next day was telling me the same thing. He's like, Peters, you almost look better. So I took a long time off the mat before I was back wrestling around. Everything felt smooth. I was more relaxed. Wasn't focusing on taking those bad shots or being over aggressive. I just wrestled smart. Everything kind of timing felt good. So I felt great, but then you get tweaked and banged up, and then you got to take a little bit of time off. But like I said, just listening to the coaches, they knew what I needed and when I needed it, and they knew when I needed time off.